Hey everybody, happy Turtle Tuesday. In this video, I'm going to do a review of the new NECA TMNT crossover with Universal Monsters, Leonardo as the creature from the Black Lagoon. So this one, I actually got really lucky because I pre-ordered this one on Big Bad Toy Store, and then this past weekend, I was actually in New Jersey for a Comic-Con / toy convention, toy show, whatever you want to call it. And on my way home, I actually stopped at a small local toy shop called Play With This Toys. And walked in, looking around, and they had actually just got their shipment of this figure. So I asked the guy at the shop if these were for sale yet, and if I could buy one, and he said sure. So I actually got this one really early, much sooner than I thought I would, and I'm really happy and really excited because this one looks really awesome. So here is the front of the box. On the side, you can see that we do get the Raphael as the Wolfman figure, as well as pictures of some of the other figures that we already have. The back artwork looks really, really cool, which I think, the back of these boxes are almost always just really, really great, like movie poster quality artwork. There's the side. And then if anybody needs the barcode, there it is. Information about people responsible for bringing this action figure to life. And guess what? I've already opened this figure, so he's not in there anymore, but there is the artwork on the inside flap, which looks great. Creature from the Black Lagoon is my second favorite Universal monster after the Wolfman. Leonardo, I guess, is my third favorite turtle. We don't need to argue about that, but let's take a look at this very cool action figure. So I've already gotten him out. I haven't done a whole lot with him. Just kind of checked him out of the packaging, and he looks awesome. I do kind of wish there was an alternate head sculpt, but it's not the end of the world. The head sculpt on this one does look really cool. He's got those giant, fish lips. Obviously, it's Leonardo with the blue bandana. The sculpting and the detail on this figure is amazing. Really, really great figure. He's got the net on him with the hooks. He's got, the elbow and knee pads, but he's still got the fins. He's got the really big, clawed feet. The big feet do help him to stand, although you do have to kind of get him in just the right position. With a lot of turtle figures, the shell kind of makes them a little back heavy. Now, what I did is I took one of his swords and I very carefully put the sword back here. There isn't anywhere for weapon storage, but you can actually put one of his swords in here if you're careful. Okay, I don't know if it's really meant to do that, but it can be done. So speaking of his sword, here it is. So it's like it's like a harpoon, hook kind of thing, and then, obviously turned into a katana blade. Now the other sword, you really can't put it in the back because it's got this giant piranha on it. I still think this is cool, but it would have been nice to get another set of swords just a little bit more plain that you could put in the back like I had him. I'm thinking what I might do is I might pose him with one weapon holding hand holding this sword and then, put the other sword in the back the way that I had it. You do want to be careful. You don't want to break anything or bend anything. But as you can see, it can be done to where you can put the sword back there, kind of in the netting. And it does stay pretty good because I did have him kind of posed like that for a while. But obviously this one, you're not going to be able to do that with. As far as other accessories, he comes with a very cute little turtle buddy which I think is fantastic. Anytime that we get little turtle buddies is great. You know, it doesn't have any articulation or anything, but just the detail on this one is really, really nice. Just, you know, look at the shell. Just a really, really great little turtle buddy. So I always love that because, as you guys know, I love turtles. Now, he comes with these. I'm not exactly sure what to do with them, and they make me a little nervous. So I've actually left them in this baggie. But he has, like, a fishing line and some hooks and some little, like, you know, bobbin things for fishing. And I don't know, these look very tiny, very easy to lose. I don't know if you're supposed to just, like, hook these kind of around him in some sort of way, like they got stuck on him, or like he got, like, caught in a fishing line. I may just leave these in this little plastic thing and put these with the other accessories that I don't use. I can just very easily see these things getting lost, and I, you know, don't want him to get lost. I'm perfectly happy posing him with just his main weapons and his little turtle buddy. But he does come with these as well. Now, he comes with alternate hands. Now, first off, he's got this, which I know this is kind of like an homage to the Creature in the Black Lagoon. Comes with like that bony skeleton hand kind of thing. So he comes with this, and I guess you're supposed to put this like on his wrist, like it's almost like a claw bladed kind of thing. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with this. I gotta think about it. I'm not sure. I guess is it supposed to be like a foot? Because it has like 2 toes, maybe? I'm not exactly sure. I mean, it's kind of cool. It looks neat, but I just don't know what to do with it. And then he comes with some alternate hands. So he's got like the open creature hands on him in the package. He's got these, which are a little bit less open creature hands. And then he's got these weapon gripping hands. So I'm thinking that maybe I'll put one of these on him so he can hold his sword that has the piranha on it, and then just leave one of the other creature hands on him. I think that might be what I do. That way I can kind of pose him with both swords. I do like Leonardo to be posed with both weapons. It's just, you know, a thing that I think a lot of us like to do with Leonardo. So speaking of Leonardo, here is the regular, you know, first release NECA cartoon Leonardo. So you can kind of sort of see how that stands up. So obviously, you know, the monster figures are larger than the cartoon figures. But, you know, still kind of a neat little comparison there. And then, of course, you know, another good comparison would be to take a look at a movie Leonardo figure, because the monster figures are really based more off of the movie figures, or the movie turtles, I guess I should say. So here is Secret of the Ooze Leonardo alongside Leonardo as the creature. So they kind of line up and scale a little better. And this could almost work. Like, you could almost picture this Leonardo kind of being turned into that creature Leonardo for some, you know, crazy, weird reason or something. So that kind of works, and I think they look pretty cool next to each other. But I think the best comparisons to make would be with the other monster turtles. So let's take a look at Creature Leonardo next to Frankenraff, which is a fantastic figure and pretty good. I feel like, you know, Frankenraff, he's a big chunky figure, but now, you know, the creature is like a little taller. I mean, it still works. It's just, you know, obviously the creature is a much newer figure. The Frankenraff, you know, at this point is kind of a bit of a dated figure, I guess you could say. Still pretty cool, though. And then we've got probably, in my opinion, the best TMNT Universal Monsters figure so far, which is Mikey as the Mummy just the detail on this figure, the alternate head, the Ankh nunchucks with the chains. I mean, this figure just really, they knocked it out of the park with this figure. He's just so good. He's so good and so fun. Just a really, really great figure. And these two, I think, actually look super, super cool next to each other. Just because, again, you know, Mikey, I just always feel like Mikey could be a little shorter than the other turtles. And obviously the mummy should be, you know, shorter than the creature. So yeah, they look really cool together. Now, I'm not going to get the Hunchback as Leo figure out to compare, because I just figure comparing a Leonardo and a Leonardo, that's like kind of weird. But I do have Donatello as the Invisible Man with some added effect pieces and stuff. And this kind of works. I mean, this figure is okay for what it is. It's a little bit of a oddball. It's a little bit of a weird choice, but it works. If I can get him to stand up. And he doesn't want to stand up. Come on, Donatello. Let's get it together. But yeah, I would say this one out of all of them is probably my least favorite of the turtle as monster figures. But it works. So, yeah. Then if I can possibly bring all of them in so we can get a bit of a group shot, that would be awesome. So we can just see what everybody looks like. So now you have all 4 turtles. And, you know, I definitely like Leo as the creature a lot better than Leo as the Hunchback. And this is pretty cool. So next up will be Raphael as the Wolfman, which it's interesting because that's my favorite turtle and my favorite Universal monster. But the pictures that I've seen of the figure so far look a little off. Just look a little strange. I'm not sure what it is about it. Hopefully it looks a lot better in person. We'll have to wait and see. But, you know, again, my favorite turtle, my favorite Universal monster, so I'm sure I'm going to love the figure. We'll just have to see how it comes out. But yeah, so this is pretty cool. Now, what they're going to do with the rest of the line, it's anybody's guess at this point. Now, unfortunately, I do not have the vintage Leonardo as the creature from the Black Lagoon. I wish I did. That is one of the vintage TMNT figures that I actually did not have as a kid, and I still do not have in my collection to this day. That one is a pretty tough one to get affordably. But hey, you know, what can you do? I do have Leonardo as the Wolfman. So this is the vintage figure with a couple weapons. So if you were curious about how Leonardo as the Wolfman goes with Leonardo as the creature, vintage figure versus brand new NECA figure, there you go. There's a little comparison for you as well. But I do think that this figure is really awesome. I know I didn't go over the typical articulation or anything. That's because I have not given him the hairdryer treatment yet, and I don't want him to break. But a lot of times, you know, really kind of with the exception of maybe the Michelangelo as the Mummy, these figures tend not to be the most articulated in the world. They're more like kind of just get them heated up, get them posed how you like them, and leave them go. I would not recommend doing a lot of crazy wild posing and articulating with these NECA TMNT monster figures. They're really meant to kind of admire the sculpt and not so much meant for articulation purposes. So that's my recommendation. But let me know what you thought of this review. Are you getting all of these TMNT monster figures? What's your favorite one so far? Even though Raphael is my favorite turtle, I'm still going to have to say that Michelangelo as the Mummy is my favorite out of all of these figures. And Leonardo as the creature might be my second favorite. It's a little early to tell, but I do love his little turtle buddy, and I just love the look of the figure. It's pretty cool looking. But yeah, let me know what you think. Feel free to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Have a good one.